Hello, everyone, and welcome to Leadership Evolution. Today, I want to talk to you about when trust is built. And I want to invite you into a coaching session with me so that if you were in the room with me right now and either you had violated trust with somebody or someone violated trust with you, this is kind of how I would spend my time with you. The first thing I want you to know is that if you're going through a hard time, my heart goes out to you. Specifically, when that difficult time involves somebody that's important to you, where you're wondering if that person is going to stay with you or not. And my coaching is specifically designed for business leaders and managers. But I have to say that even when I talk to those kinds of people, a lot of times the conversation goes into the personal life. And that's not by accident, because I think that everything in life is integrated. You cannot separate your work from your relationships, from your family, from yourself. Everything is combined, everything is integrated, and how you do one thing affects all the other things. So although this video is designed for your work and your business, it applies everywhere, to your relationships, to your family, to your friends, and so on. Now, in my opinion, there's nothing worse than conflict with somebody where trust is involved. And I know this, and I'm speaking personally, because I'm guilty of having done some things that have undermined the trust of those closest to me. And I've learned that if you lose trust, you'll lose the relationship. Losing a relationship taps into one of our greatest fears, and that is the fear of being alone, of isolation, of not being connected to people that are important to you. In our personal lives, that means the loss of a friend, a spouse, a child, or a parent. In our professional lives, that could mean the loss of a relationship with a boss or with a coworker or with a partner. And that taps into our fear of losing our jobs, of losing our influence, losing our position, losing our paychecks. Facing your specific fear is the first step towards regaining trust. If we don't face our fear, we can end up running from it. And we run to all kinds of unhealthy things like drama, alcohol, television, food, and other things that we use to distract ourselves from what it is that we're really afraid of. If we don't face our fear, we also try to cover it up. And we do that by lying, by pretending it's no big deal, by blaming someone else, etc. When we don't face our fear, a lot of us deal with that by fighting. And that's where we have conflict, arguing, defending, proving that I'm right, and so on. Not facing your fear and all of the things that we just mentioned are the reason that you're going through the stress and the conflict that you're going through right now. So you face your fear by naming it. I am afraid of blank. What is it? I am afraid of losing my job. I am afraid of being alone. I am afraid of not being worthy. Whatever it is. We face our fear first by naming it. Now, friends, the way that you deal with conflict or with a stressful situation will often determine whether people decide to trust you or not. Because, and this is important, trust is not built during easy times. Trust is always built during stressful and difficult times. And so difficulty and stress are important opportunities for you to deepen the relationship. During difficult times, people are watching you, especially if it involves them. They want to know, will you run away? Will you avoid them? Will you hide from the situation? People want to know if you can be depended on. People are also watching to see if you'll tell the truth. Will you accept responsibility no matter how bad it makes you look? In fact, the worse it makes you look, if you're willing to tell the truth and accept responsibility, the more people will respect and trust you. Remember, it's not their responsibility to trust you. It's your responsibility to earn their trust. And you do that with consistent behavior over a long period of time. I did a whole video about that recently, and I'll put the link to that video in the description below. I hope that you'll take a look at it. So stressful times are when it's time to step up, face your fears, and give the other person what they need most. You do that by facing what you might be tempted to avoid. First of all, face the situation and your responsibility in it. This is not the time to look at everyone else and point the finger at their responsibility. This is time for you to face a situation and ask yourself, how did you enable this situation to happen? How did you invite it? How did you contribute to this difficulty? So be honest with yourself and tell yourself the truth about your involvement in the situation. If you're going through a hard time, now is the time to face the other person and to tell the truth. Tell the truth about your involvement. Tell the truth about what you feel and what you're afraid of. Tell the truth about your deepest desire and what you want out of the relationship. Tell the truth about their involvement and how that makes you feel. Now, we usually avoid the other person when we're going through a difficult situation, but this is the exact time that they need to hear from you. So face the other person and tell the truth. Face the consequences. And this is a big one, because the way that you face and accept consequences for your actions lets everyone else know if they can trust you going forward. People want to know if you're willing to accept responsibility for your own life. And a big clue about whether or not they can trust you is if you're willing to step up and accept whatever it is that happens as a result of your actions. Finally, face the fact that it's your responsibility to earn their trust. And you can do that by giving the other person what they need most. They need to know the truth. So don't evade or deceive in any way. They need security. So let them know that you're not going to walk out on them. They need confidence. So give them the confidence that you'll do what you say you'll do. It's only by facing down the things that we want to avoid that will enable us to get through a difficult situation with our integrity intact, and so that other people trust us. Now, I know that saying this makes it sound as if it's easy. From experience, I know that it is not. This takes courage and vulnerability and a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. It's worth it because you'll respect yourself. And by acting in accordance with your own integrity, people will learn to trust you. Now, as always, I know that I've opened the proverbial Pandora's box, and that your specific situation probably needs a little more exploration and discovery than what I've covered here today. If that's the case, I hope that you'll find a coach or a mentor or a therapist or somebody that you can trust to walk alongside you and help make this happen. Trust is the most valuable currency that you own. So build it, protect it, go out and earn it. As always, I'm interested to hear your thoughts and your comments about this subject. So please leave them in the comment section below. And I promise that I'll answer every comment and every question that comes to me. Also, it would be my honor to help you navigate through your specific situation if you think that I can help. If that's the case, please just reach out to me directly and we'll talk confidentially about your situation. Thank you for watching Leadership Evolution, and I'll see you in the next video.